Hello and welcome to the Screensavers. I'm Patrick Norton.
I'm just lucky to be here after that ride in that Oldsmobile 1970 442 with the Hirsch shifters, and you're peeling. I'm Leo Laporte.
And I've never wrecked a car. At least not an Oldsmobile.
You haven't?
Not with you in it.
I think I remember you not doing that. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in today's show. So, you want to upgrade your hard drive?
Always.
Yeah, I mean, you never have enough room, right?
More space.
We're going to tell you what you need to know to make the right choice for your next HD.
Then, we're going to download iMovie, Apple's digital video editing package. It's free, but is it really easy?
Yeah, they just started making it free and available. That's great. I downloaded it too. And later, Jim Louderback submits more digital cameras for your approval. You can't stay away from those digital cameras. He's just going to do more of them on today's Fresh Gear.
And a look at the best of BYTE magazine. In the Geek library. Where else? Where else would that be?
Oh, we're going to go a trip down memory lane with I think perhaps the greatest computer magazine of all time.
Leo and I are probably going to be in tears at the end of that segment.
Today in the chat room, should there be an international law against hacking?
Okay. Where is this one coming from?
Well, I'll tell you where. They arrested, remember they arrested a couple of days ago, big announcement. They arrested the guy in the Philippines. They think, nobody knows,
right.
They think wrote the I love you bug. And then they released him. Right. Why? Because they don't have a law against hacking in the Philippines. So the charge was credit card fraud. And I'm afraid they didn't have enough evidence to even dream of prosecuting him on credit card because there was no credit cards involved.
I hate it when that happens.
So the Philippines don't have a law, which may well mean, now let's say, look it.
Right.
I don't know how it is in the Philippines, but in this country, innocent till proven guilty, I think it's
or at least until you get picked up in the media.
I think that's right. I think it's true there. So we'll presume his innocence, but let's say he did it, or somebody did it. They don't have a law against it in the Philippines.
Right.
You could get away with it scot-free. So do you think maybe it's time we had an international law, some way to prosecute somebody? I mean, very few countries probably have laws against computer hacking.
I say we call out the Delta forces. We got to take his puppy out. A surgical strike.
I don't know.
Where that
maybe
came
not.
from. No, it's actually scary. It's the whole idea that, wait a minute, you know, we don't know. That's the problem. Computer? It could have been this guy. It could have been his girlfriend. It could have been his girlfriend's younger sister who just got a comp sci degree. It was all done through the...
Well, did you see the latest thing?
Yeah.
They showed this guy submitted a paper, his thesis proposal. He's in a computer science school in the Philippines.
Right.
And his proposal was to write a paper on how to write a program to steal passwords, very much like the program that was at the Trojan Horse.
It's a wonderful idea. Actually, no, this is a good thesis.
Well, the professor said, no, you can't do this. It'd be illegal.
Well, of course it'd be illegal, but how else do you test to see whether or not something's secure?
You got to think about these things to be able to protect against them.
I don't know. Do we have motivation? Why did he do it? Why? Why?
Well, they say maybe because he was upset about getting his thesis turned out. Any event, what do you think? Do we need... and we have very, very good, by the way, laws in the United States to protect against computer hacking. The Philippines apparently doesn't. Do we need some sort of international law that'll cover cases like this? What do you think? Take our web poll at thescreensavers.com. While you're there, click on the Talkback feature, and you can tell everybody, you know, in detail what your opinion is. Absolutely.
Yeah. Give us a call on telephone at 888-989.
You're not one of those people who does this, are you?
Actually, I do that a lot because I'm very visual, especially when talking to people on the phone. I tend to nod my head a lot, which is a sign of how slow I am. Give us a call on the telephone at 888-989-7879, chat at chat.zdnet.com, and click on the Screensavers room and chat with all of us here.
It's great fun to be in the chat room. I do want to say, if you have a net cam, and you want to, we have a special room for you. You want to ask your question on the air. What you should do is go to the Netcam Cineplex. What we've done is set up a room you can go to and talk to the chat hosts in there and say, I want to get on the air. Who are the chat hosts in the Netcam Cineplex today? Shannon, who says hackers are free, or at least very inexpensive, right, Shannon? And then Roger Chang, who is the love god. And just is in there. He's just pretending to be in that Netcam Cineplex. Yeah.
Roger has never built a virus.
He has never, to our knowledge, created a virus. You say hi to Roger and Shannon in the Netcam Cineplex. Tell them your question. You get on the air. You're going to get what?
The fabulous, the coveted, the heavily desired Screensavers magnetic picture frame will be yours.
Oh, look at that.
Today our fridge features Frank Morocco posing with an unidentified muscular movie star.
It looks like Arnold.
It looks like Steffi looks like Arnold.
Steffi was doing this.
What is that of Steffi doing this?
Get Steffi, let's see those muscles. Come on, Steffi. You're not a girly girl. Show me the muscles. Show me the muscles. Yeah.
Food.
folks, only you can see that.
I'll have to go channeling on. You two can get your picture on the fridge. Send it to the screensavers at ZDTV.com. Put fridge picture in the subject line. We want to see more vacation photos. I like the ones with the movie stars, though. I like that.
Movie stars, rock stars, photos, tulips. We love it all here at the Screensavers.
Yes, we do. We're very basically undiscriminating.
Well, it's open, Leo.
Open. We're open.
Chris, are you open to change in flowers and beautiful pictures on the fridge, Pam?
Yes, I am.
Excellent.
Hey, Fridge. I call him Hey, Fridge. Hey, Chris, from Denver. Good to see you. What's up?
Say, I got a couple programs that are causing me problems.
Conflict?
Yes.
All right.
Outlook Express 5 and a program that came with a gateway computer called Megaphone.
Megaphone, yeah, it's an answering machine program.
Yes.
Yeah. Comes with a lot of computers, by the way.
Yeah, I love the program.
Yeah.
But the problem with it is when I start Outlook Express up, it wants me to let it become its default mail client.
Which you should let it do, yes?
And I do. Problem is, when I start Megaphone up, then it says that I need to install Windows Messaging Service, and the program blows up.
Oh, Windows Messaging Service is horrible.
Yeah.
That's basically the old Windows Messaging Service, and that was basically, I think, Exchange, wasn't it?
Yeah. Back in the dark, it looks like the predecessor almost.
It was pre-Outlook, and that's because Megaphone's kind of old. And obviously, the Megaphone version you have on your system is older than Outlook. And the idea of Megaphone, correct me if I'm wrong, and not only is it an answering machine, but does it have a unified mailbox where mail as well as voicemail and faxes come?
Yes, it does.
That's why it's using WMS, because it's handling the email.
The problem never showed up with version 4, though, of Outlook.
It only with Outlook 5?
Yes.
Interesting.
And I just bought my computer this time last year, so I don't know how old the
Megaphone's not that old, is it? Yeah.
Right.
Have you gone to the Megaphone site and see what they say about using it with Outlook 5? I mean, it sounds like one of those things where they'll have to fix Megaphone.
I haven't been there recently. Maybe I should go there.
Yeah. Are you looking at that right now?
I was trying to find that. I actually was trying to find that actual site for Megaphone and couldn't pick that one up.
Yeah.
Anytime you get into messaging stuff, things tend to fight
wait a minute.
a lot.
You said what kind of computer?
Gateway.
Would it be a gateway computer and you get the message, Megaphone has detected that MS Windows messaging is not installed?
Correct.
Why, look,
WMS.
here on the Gateway site, a tech paper that says what to do. Office 2000 installs an abbreviated version of MAPI. Megaphone needs the full version. You need to reinstall Windows messaging from the Windows 98 CD, and all will be well.
See, that's not true, though. I have done
they lied!
I have done that.
Yeah.
And it's just an endless cycle.
It just keeps happening.
Yeah.
So you've gone through this fix that Gateway specifies.
Yes. I thought, I was doing what it told me to do in the first place. The message tells you to do that.
Right. Message, the next time Megaphone is open, it will respond and function properly. However, after the system is rebooted and you open Outlook, an error message will state that a recently installed program can cause blah, 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 blah.
Yes,
if you want Outlook to resolve the problem, this is what you need to do. Have you seen this page? Choose yes. Another error message will appear.
Yep.
That says Outlook was unable to resolve the conflict. To fix this problem, restart Windows. You click OK. At this point, Outlook will work, but Megaphone will report the original error message. Okay, this is, so far, is exactly what you've done, right?
I'm glad they wrote that paper.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. Apparently, there is a fix at the end of this. Then the above steps will need to be repeated. However, if you choose no, Outlook and Megaphone will respond and function properly, but anytime Outlook is opened, you'll have to choose no again. In other words, the answer is you're stuck with it. So I'll tell you what, we'll put a link to this. This is on the Gateway site. It's in their support tech docs. I did a search in Gateway's site for conflicts with Megaphone and Outlook. That's what this came up with. This is exactly your problem. After all of that, Gateway says live with it.
Yeah, at this point, it'd be a good time to call up Gateway, yell at Gateway, call up Megaphone, ask if you can track down the software manufacturer and yell at them and
I think that's what's going to
this because
Megaphone's going to have to fix it because you know Microsoft's not going to fix it, right?
Microsoft? that incredibly responsive organization?
They're too big. They can't they're not going to worry about that. So you probably want to get in general, you always get better results trying to get the little guy to work with Microsoft rather than try to get Microsoft to modify its behavior to work with the little guy.
I can smell the flame mail coming towards us already.
Well, they're all blaming each other, and that's the problem.
Well, yeah, but it's always been the problem.
Right.
Nobody wants to work.
Right. Nobody wants to take responsibility. Right. Anyway, there's the fix. We'll put a link to this in here. The answer is, I guess, I mean, that's definitive, better than you or I can. You stuck with it.
At least it's an honest answer. Oh, boy. After the break, from the trash 80 to the fall of Apple, BYTE magazine has been there and done that. Today's Geek Library, we'll take a look at the best of BYTE when the Screensavers continues.
This is going to be fun.
The Screensavers is sponsored by Gateway. Gateway speaks to 50,000 people a day. Call, click, or go in and connect with them.
There are lots of tempting computers out there, so how do you choose? This one looks appetizing, but does it include internet service? This one looks good, but does it come with a free color printer? Now a Gateway Select PC comes with a 700 MHz AMD Athlon processor, a year of AOL included, free Canon printer, and you can trade it in toward the purchase of a new one in 2 years, all for just $37 a month. So, come and get it. Call 1-800-GATEWAY.
Does your e-commerce site have what it takes to be the UPS Merchant of the Week? Put it to the test. Go to ZDTV.com, click on the Merchant of the Week, and enter your e-business. Your .com could win a week of promotion on ZDTV. While you're there, vote for this week's contender, and you could win a $100 gift certificate from Buy.com. It's a win-win destination. At ZDTV.com, click on the Merchant of the Week.
We're back on the network talking with Joe and the folks at Dunbar Junior High. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Now, how has technology changed your teaching style?
Just this week, I found a website, and it has about 20 PowerPoint presentations that I can pull straight off the internet. When you have PowerPoint presentations that you can pull straight off the web, the hours that you save are just incredible.
It seems like you guys have a pretty wired school there, too.
We have several technology grants that are putting computers in the classroom, and we have an after-school program called 21st Century Community Learning Centers. And students stay after school. They will get on the internet and learn technology. What I've found out in technology, you can't learn it in 6 months. You just have to kind of learn as you go.
And eventually it becomes a lifestyle.
That's the way it's become for me. If I don't get some kind of computer fix every day, I feel like I've cheated myself.
All I need is this keyboard and this monitor.
And that modem.
Yeah, you're with me, Joe.
I can relate to that.
Want to talk? Find out how at ZDTV.com/Tilde.
Time once again for the Screensavers Geek Library, where we sit down and recommend for your geek pleasure one of our all-time favorite books, movies, software, titles, bookmarks.
This is an awesome one.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Patrick picked this one, but I am 100% behind you on this one.
This is the best of BYTE.
BYTE, which was, do you agree, the greatest computer magazine of all time?
Yeah, no argument. Especially between like the years, like 1975 through 1990 or so.
Yeah.
It was.
No longer around, kids. It's sad.
Well, it's sort of on the website, but even a long time ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago, it was no longer the magazine into one spin.
First computer magazine I ever wrote for, 1984. Oh. You know, I wonder if I'm in here. I'm probably not the best of BYTE. Probably not in there.
To give you an idea, to soothe Leo's, Leo's moment here, people like Wozniak wrote for this. Dennis Ritchie, the guy that wrote Unix, Kildare.
Can't believe I'm not in here. But the one thing that I read religiously every single month in BYTE, from the day they started to the day they ended, was Jerry Pournelle's Chaos Manor column.
Which is still up at www.byte.com. Now, if you haven't had the pleasure of reading Chaos Manor, imagine you're a science fiction writer, you like computers, and you like free stuff.
And you get it all.
And somebody gives you 3 pages a month in what was the most important magazine in your industry to just blather on about whatever. It's like, it's even worse than us. I mean,
he was my hero. He's the guy basically who inspired me to do this. I said, if Jerry can get all that stuff free, I want to get all that stuff free. I've never succeeded in beating. The best thing about Jerry Pournelle is something wouldn't work, and he'd write about it in his column and say, this thing isn't working. So then I called the company, and they sent a team of 8 engineers over, and they fixed it.
Which never once have I gotten. I've never even gotten 2 engineers. I've gotten 20 minutes on the phone with an engineer.
So this has some of the best articles by some of the best writers. Bill Gates is even in here, writing about basic.
Yeah, there's everybody in here.
Yeah, this is a wonderful, wonderful.
Some of the best stuff is, it gives you such a tremendous perspective on what's going on. Like one of the 1981 covers in BYTE magazine, cover story, software piracy. 19 years later, what's the big problem? Software piracy, MP3 piracy, digital copyrights, who owns what, do you have the rights to steal it? It's amazing, things like realizing that a 386 computer stripped down was selling for $2,800.
Amazing. That's the fun part. Do they have ads in here?
They have the ads in here. The ads are hysterical.
Unbelievable. Let me give you a quote from Bill Gates, writing in 1984, page 48 of BYTE magazine. It says, BYTE was the first magazine, oh no, I'm sorry. I am pleased to see a high-quality magazine for the computer hobbyist. In this large and fast-changing field, this is, by the way, oh, I'm sorry, 1975.
Yeah.
BYTE will be invaluable as an educational and informational forum.
Yeah, but let's go to the next quote. What's the next one?
That's Wozniak.
Yeah.
BYTE was the first magazine to get started. I bought issue #1 at the newsstand. Steve Wozniak, the creator of the Apple II. Yeah. Oh, you gotta love this. Not to mention the
Apple. Not to mention
the early Apple story is all in here. That was, in fact, the first article that I wrote for BYTE was a review of some early Macintosh software. In 1984, they did a Macintosh supplement when the Mac came out.
Isn't it a beautiful thing?
Oh, this is fun.
Okay, the downside of this puppy is it's no longer in print.
Oh, the book is out of print?
The book is out of print.
So is the magazine.
But if you search around online, actually, a bunch of the online sites and used bookstores, you got a really good chance of tracking this one down. Amazing reading. The guy that gave this to me when I started working Windows sources was like, look, learn your history, know what's going on.
It's true.
Read all of this because it's going to be an incredible introduction. Amazing stuff, the best of BYTE.
I think a lot of what we do here is give context because at least I have been around for a while through all of this. If you want to get the context and have that history in your head, this is the book. The Best of BYTE, 2 decades of the leading edge.
To fill out your Geek library, check out the website for a complete listing of all our recommendations at thescreensavers.com.
Good pick. Thank you, Patrick.
Good stuff. Robert joins us on the phone from Boca Raton, Florida. How's it going today,
Randy.
Robert?
Hey, what's up? Listen, I got a question. I have a question about this here Voodoo 3 I got.
Yeah.
It's a 3000, but the trouble is I have this Flight Simulator, the 2000 game, the Flight Simulator 2000.
A Microsoft product, yeah.
Right, it is.
Oh, what a surprise.
When I try to play this game, it's like jumpy.
Couple of things. First of all, because it's a Microsoft product, it's using DirectX. It's not going to be using OpenGL or Glide, which is the best way to use a Voodoo card.
Which shouldn't cause you too much trouble. Second question, what kind of a system are you running?
It's a new upgrade. I just upgraded this system.
Upgraded to what?
The 433, I just upgraded it.
Pentium 2.
Right.
Okay, how much RAM?
64 I got.
Well, he's got enough processor. He's got decent RAM. He might, a little more RAM might help.
Running
you were thinking that the processor might not be, because on a game like that, processor does a lot of work, right?
Flight sims, because there's so much physics going on and there's so much background type stuff going on, it can actually, processor can be much more important in many cases than the 3D graphics accelerator. But do you have the latest drivers for the Voodoo 3000 on there?
I don't think so. I'm not sure about that.
Okay. The first thing I do is since you got you should have plenty of power in that system. You've got a decent graphics card. I would turn around. I would download the latest drivers from 3DFX's website. I would download the latest version of DirectX 7 from Microsoft, and I would reinstall that after you put the new drivers in. Sometimes you can put in new drivers, things won't change, but reinstall DirectX, and oftentimes it'll pick up some of the issues that you're having.
Yeah, and if that clobbers the 3DFX drivers, then reinstall the 3DFX drivers again.
Yeah.
I like to install DirectX, then the drivers. You like it the other way around.
Sometimes you end up installing it a couple times, but definitely
to coin a phrase, it's voodoo. you don't know exactly which is going to work. You got to try different ways of doing it.
The other thing you do is what screen resolution are you trying to run it at?
I'm trying to run it in like 800 and 600.
That should be fine.
I'm trying to run it in that.
It should be fine. Does it run smoothly if you drop to a smaller screen resolution?
No, the 640 to 800, no, it doesn't do it that great.
One other thought. Could it be the CD-ROM is not fast enough?
Are you running it off the hard drive or the CD-ROM?
I'm running it off to the CD-ROM.
Do you have space to install it on the hard drive?
I don't know how to go for that.
Okay. Look at the install. I don't know in that particular program, a lot of installs will give you a choice, small, medium, and large. The large install copies more of it onto the hard drive. And if you had did you upgrade your CD-ROM when you upgraded everything else?
Yeah, I just put a new CD-ROM in here. It's like
probably
a 48.
Not that. I think we hit the key point, which is get the new drivers. I think that's going to make the biggest difference. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know, that's a tough program. It really is demanding. Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for the call.
Thanks,
appreciate it. Give those things a try. Doesn't work, call us back. We'll see what else we can do. Coming up next, I am so excited about this. We got a hot new G4
toys
Macintosh, and now Apple's giving away iMovie for free. So we're going to take a look at iMovie and see what you can do with it.
That's right. The editing software that used to ship exclusively with the iMac DV and the DV Special Edition is now available in a free download.
Cool. We're going to tell you all about it when the Screensavers continues.
Get plugged into the best of the net. Check out where to go and how to get there. Plug into Yahoo Internet Life magazine, the definitive guide to the internet. Yahoo Internet Life tells you about the coolest websites on the planet and hooks you up to the hottest people, places, and services. Every month you'll get eye-popping, up-to-the-minute articles, plus interviews with the most supercharged celebrities. Plus, Yahoo Internet Life gives you reviews of the top sites to help you do and learn almost anything. Check out America's most wired colleges. Become a financial whiz. Even discover things you didn't know about your favorite supermodel. Call now to get Yahoo Internet Life, the fastest growing magazine of any kind. It's yours today with this special free trial offer. Keep your mind current with the latest buzz about the net's most happening new sites. There's even a handy tear-out guide to the hundreds of sites featured in each issue. Call now and get a free gift, the ultimate web companion CD-ROM. Get dozens of utilities, customizers, and more. Even use the web authoring kit to create your own amazing web pages. Yahoo Internet Life is the most powerful connection you can make, with departments that help you do almost anything online better. Easy Shopper spotlights the hottest new shopping sites. Save time and big bucks online with Old Way Netway. Travel the net at warp speed with Easy User. So what's the deal? 12 issues, only $19.97. That's 44% off the newsstand price. Plus, you'll also get the best-selling top-of-the-net issue as part of your paid subscription. Order now with your credit card and get your free gift, the ultimate web companion CD-ROM. So get plugged into Yahoo Internet Life, your key to the most popular, useful, and fun sites on the web. It isn't just a magazine you read, it's a magazine you use. Yahoo Internet Life. It's the definitive guide to the net. Call 1-800-913-9977 to order Yahoo Internet Life. That's 1-800-913-9977. Satisfaction is guaranteed. If not, cancel or know nothing. Keep the trial issue absolutely free. 1-800-913-9977.
The Screensavers website, there it is, thescreensavers.com. Man, oh man, just bookmark that site and live there, all right? You should go there for all the latest and greatest tech knowledge and know-how every day. I don't know. Go right now. Go to the show and tell page. Here you'll find articles and videos from all of our past guests. Might even see a familiar face or two. It's all available at thescreensavers.com. Dadcam. I'm loving this.
Suddenly he's Southie.
I'm just going to love this.
Can you tell that Leo is somewhat beyond overjoyed at the G4?
We've been trying to get a G4 on the set for so long.
Yeah. And go figure, we get it to demo iMovie. Now, until recently, Apple's iMovie software was only available to people who purchased the iMac DV.
Right.
Or the iMac DV Special Edition, which both run G3 processors. Now, this left a lot of Mac owners out in the cold, but now the DV editing software is available to anybody who wants to download it, right? All it takes, quick download, set it up in your system, one caveat. Leo, I bet you can guess what the caveat is.
It doesn't work.
Well, no. it sort of works.
What's the caveat?
The caveat is that iMovie, for the sake of simplicity, was designed around 1394 video cameras.
Firewire.
Firewire. It's all about the Firewire.
In fact, it captures from Firewire only, right?
Yeah. There's actually basically a cable runs out of the camera.
Right.
The video is captured on the camera. It's digitized before it's laid onto the tape. And then you basically have this beautiful cable connects into the back of the system over your Firewire port. And you can pull in the video straight off the camera. Without,
by the way, and this is important, without a video capture card, because the compression has already been done in the camera.
In the camera. So if I go to the importing phase of iMovie, check this out, I can sit there and I can actually control it over the screen.
You're controlling the camera through Firewire, and if you press the import button, you'll start capturing the clip.
Exactly. So
was that Ed Capuano?
It's either me or Ed or.
Was that you on the skateboard?
Probably me.
Oh my gosh! You're holding the camera on the skateboard? That's a $5,000 camera.
No, it's not. It's a $2,000 camera.
Okay, never mind.
Besides, that's what insurance and streets are for.
You didn't look both ways before you crossed.
Believe me, I looked both ways. Mom, I looked both ways.
He's going the wrong way down the street now.
All right, so I clicked twice. I import my clip.
I didn't know we were going to do the X Games here on ZDTV.
Well, we're not doing the X Games.
But that was cool. So we were watching that, and you were also putting it on the hard drive at the same time.
Exactly. So I can turn around, and I actually have my clip laid down here, and I can drag it. Check this out. I got a bunch of clips laid out here, and all I got to do is physically drag it down here.
Now, this is what Apple's selling, basically, is that it's very easy to now create and edit your own movies, originally using the iMac DVs, now on any FireWire-enabled Mac, which includes the new PowerBooks and, of course, the G4s.
Now, as James Kim pointed out, who did the review of this for Fresh Gears, our digital imaging made it, as a lot of our more, you know, all the digital PC users out there going, excuse me, software like this, been around on the PC for a long time. Yeah, it has been around on the PC for a long time.
In fact, this isn't as capable as even something as simple as Video Wave 3.
But it's free.
But it's free.
It's free. Yeah. It costs nothing. Right. It's easy to use. This is the simple text of video editing. Remember simple text? Remember the joy of simple text? Simple text is now allowing you to make home movies just like they're saying on the camera. Simple transitions, audio, sound effects. You can actually use a CD track. You can preserve the track that comes across in the video. The big thing is that it's nothing. The downside is you don't get the tutorials on the free download. To get the tutorials, you got to spend $20 and get the full CD.
You probably won't need the tutorials. It's fairly easy to use.
Yeah, if you have a little time, I mean, you can work with different transitions.
Now, let me ask you a question. And I didn't believe you when you told me this at the morning meeting. The big issue was, well, can I import existing video on my hard drive into this and use it? And you can't. You can't. You can. There's some stuff you can do. From what James did is James is convinced, and James knows this better than I do. I will say this. Apparently, if you go into the QuickTime Developers Kit, you can export, say, QuickTime video into a DV format and then import it. It's a little tough. It's not something you're going to want to do unless you got like a Saturday and a lot of time to play. Yeah, because what I did is I downloaded a QuickTime movie onto the hard drive. I tried to open it, to import it here, and it wouldn't even see it. It'll import stills. It'll import sound files. It'll import all sorts of stuff. It's designed to just drop right into place on this little editor So
here.
Basically, this only works with DV video, so you've got to have digital video for it to work.
Part of it, you know what, they're making it simple. You know, they're not. They don't want to fight with RCA jacks and USB and hitting record here and hitting something here. It's all automatic. It's all easy to use. So, bottom line, you like the product? Bottom line, yeah. James is a big fan. James has used every video editing package out there. I think it's neat. I love the fact that it's free. Should we show them where the website is? Yeah, let's show me how you get it. So if you go back to the www.apple.com, go to iMovie. /iMovie. /iMovie. And they actually have all the information you need down there and some basic ideas of what's going on with that. But again, you need to have a Mac that has built-in FireWire to use this. Now, only because you can't capture video otherwise, and you won't have anything to edit. You'll be playing with this program without any video. Which would get really boring really quick. Okay. Unless you had a tremendous... Now, I have the new PowerBook G3, which has a FireWire port. I've downloaded it, and all I need now is a digital video camera, and I'm ready to make a movie. If we can steal this one from upstairs. Yeah, I know. This is a nice one. I'm going to go out and get, you know, a $1,000 camera. Then I will be able... When I'm going to try this with the kids, I think it'd be a lot of fun to let them shoot something and have them... This is easy enough for kids to use, and that's the point. Remember the early days of desktop publishing? Yeah. I remember the early days. That's what this is like. Yeah, you know, desktop cool. Video. I could lay out paper. Yeah, the kids today, they're going, I can do it in video. Right. Dogs. Isn't that all neat? So good job. Free program. Not the greatest, but what do you want? Hey, it's free. Right. If you're looking for more information about Apple's iMovie, Fresh Gears' James Kim has written a review just for us. Check it out at thescreensavers.com. Cool. I want to play with this a little bit more. Yeah. You know what? This is the best part. Stay where you are, folks. Still to come on this very show, I'm going to open this up and let you look inside. No, what to look for when you're upgrading your hard drive and what not to look for. But first, we want you to call us, ask us a question, we'll answer it, because that's what we do. By the way, don't try this at home. We're trained professionals. Then Jim Louderback has a couple of new digital cameras you really should be taking a look at on today's Fresh Gear. All that and more as the Screensavers rolls on.
What's new at ZDTV.com? It's our all-new Superguides, 10 essential guides to everything on the web that's useful, practical, even musical. Like the Super Guide to Linux, giving you the coolest tips and tricks for this maverick operating system. or the Super Guide to Digital Photography with the best buys and how-tos for developing your photos online. Then the MP3 Super Guide rocks the net with the latest downloads and greatest gadgets for digital audio. Check out all our Super Guides at ZDTV.com now.
Through animation.
Anywhere you go, you can find people talking about computers and the internet. Bonjour! Tu parles français? Vous utilisez l'internet ou la computer?
J'utilise computer, mais pas internet.
Avez-vous écouté début ZDTV? We're spreading the word about ZDTV!
People all around the world are using computers and the internet.
I learned very quickly that the best way to kind of reboot the computer or readjust the computer when it went on the fritz, as it did frequently, was to take your hand, put it in a fist, and smash the hell out of the keyboard.
That's the great thing about the web, is that you can basically, you know, access any information.
She knows nothing about the internet. Don't let her fool you.
You know, he made me know a slight bit more, but I got him into Palm Pilots.
Make e-commerce your business. ZDTV presents Working the Web, the complete guide to setting up shop online. Gary Bowles brings you the experts, trends, and tools you need to get your company in the black. Watch Working the Web, the only show for e-commerce professionals. Thursday at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific on ZDTV. Working the Web is brought to you by UPS. Just imagine being linked to a source of information, to a global internet adventure. Now, there's a new television network, ZDTV, your home for entertainment, explaining the power of computers and the internet. ZDTV, amaze yourself.
Welcome back to the Screensavers. I am Leo Laporte.
And I am Patrick Norton, and thank you for joining us.
I was playing with that iMovie during the break.
Yeah.
Preview transitions, which is great.
It's beautiful.
So you watch, you can see what it looks. I mean, it's just really fun.
And it's free.
I'm
sorry, I'm obsessed about that. It's free. It's free.
You're cheap. You only have to buy a $4,000 computer to use it.
Well, actually, you can buy like a $1,300 computer and use it.
The iMac TV, yeah.
My point.
All right, today's chat topic. Should there be a law? I think there ought to be a law.
I think you're overly litigious.
There should be a law against hacking. Now, we say international because the Philippines, it turns out, don't have a law.
And you know what? Before we get 10,000 letters, we're talking about destructive acts of violence against computers.
Yeah, hacking's not the right word.
Not hacking in the sense of, you know, proactive, creative thought involving codes.
Because I'm a hacker.
We understand.
But I'm not a cracker. I'm not a vandal.
Right.
I like to hack code.
You know, an international law against people doing slimy things using computers. I think we need that.
That's the phrase. And we do, and the reason we do is here's what happened. They arrested the guy they think, we don't know if he was guilty, but let's say he was guilty of creating the love bug. They arrested him, had to release him because in the Philippines there's no law against computer vandalism. So the charge was credit card fraud. And they didn't have enough evidence to convict him of credit card fraud because, in fact, there was no credit card fraud involved. Well, they need a law. All right. Anyway, what do you think? Vote with us at thescreensavers.com.
Give us a shout. Mike joins us from the ZDTV Netcam Network in Panama City, Florida. What's up, Mike?
How you doing, Pat?
Excellent. How about yourself?
Pretty good.
All right. You have a question for us today?
Yeah, sure do. I was wondering, what are the beneficial differences between digital cameras that use a memory stick and cameras that use a floppy disk.
Now you're talking for still photography, right?
Yeah.
Not video.
Right.
Because actually Sony makes a video camera with a digital memory stick in it.
Sony makes something that does...
they put these into everything, I think. So before you answer, let me just define these two things, okay? Sony created, basically all of these digital cameras have to store the data somewhere, right? Either an internal memory or removable memory. Sony has created, there's already like 3 ways to do it. Floppy, actually 4. Click drive, zip drive, there's 1. That's 3. Smart media and compact flash, that's 5. Sony said, wait a minute, that's not enough. What we need is a little blue chewing gum sized piece of plastic with some memory built into it, and we'll make 6 formats. So Sony makes cameras that store onto the floppy and on the memory stick. Do they make a CF or smart media camera too?
No, they do not.
So those are the 2 formats for Sony cameras, the Mavicas.
What Leo's trying to say, in case the sarcasm is not bleeding through the television screen, is that an already cluttered market with way too many options, Sony decided to add another one. Partially because, I guess, because they either couldn't guarantee a supply of the memory they wanted, or just because Sony is a gigantic company and establishing new media formats is something they like to do every 2 or 3 days.
Now, they've licensed it, and other companies are using the memory stick. The memory stick is going to be used on MP3 players. There's a lot of, there's a lot of uses. In fact, you could even, this is one of the advantages of the memory stick. Sony makes frames like this that are just standalone frames. You take the memory stick out of the computer, or the camera, you put it into the frame, and all of a sudden you get a slideshow of your pictures. That's a nice use of it.
It's here's the deal. The basic difference between using like a Mavica camera that's got a floppy disk to store the memory and using something that's got the
compact flash or the CF.
Yeah, well, basically the difference between that and the Sony stuff.
The chewing gum, this memory stick.
Yeah, the chewing gum thing.
The chewing gum.
Memory stick is like, 16, 32 megabytes, 4, 8, 16 megabytes shipping, 32 out there, 64 megabytes rumored. So there's much more capacity on that. A floppy drive is 1.44 megabytes.
Always
stay there.
Always will be.
Yeah, so you can either have a lot of highly compressed or 1 picture per disk if it's a large file, or you can have a memory stick which takes up less space, uses less battery power, and makes it easier to put a whole ton of pictures onto that little piece of, memory stick.
So if that's your choice, I'd say go with the memory stick. The other, by the way, downside of a floppy is it's slow, because the camera has to save each picture, and it's much slower to save it to a floppy disk than it is to save to solid-state memory. However, I don't think we like either anymore. Certainly, I like the Mavica because you could bring a stack of floppies with you. You wouldn't have to, offload the pictures constantly. That's the one advantage of a floppy disk-based camera, is these are cheap. These discs are cheap. These imaginary discs are cheap. You could take 50 of them with you on your vacation.
Exactly.
That's easy. With the memory stick, you have to offload it each time. You're not going to take 50 memory sticks. They're too expensive.
But a 16 megabyte, a 32 megabyte, a 64 megabyte stick, you can put a huge number of pictures on that.
Huge, but maybe 80 or 90.
Yeah.
But if you're going on vacation, 80 or 90, you would bring 20 rolls of film, you're going to take more pictures. Now, I also think that you should probably use a standard form factor for the memory. That's why I like cameras that use best compact flash, right? We both agree?
Compact flash, largest amount of storage space, largest one out there, usually the first one to adopt it, or smart media. Smart media, it's a thinner, flatter format. There are some compatibility issues with newer, higher capacity smart media and older cameras. That's because the smart media, basically there's a chip on the camera that communicates with the smart media. It's created issues.
The smart media is also smaller right now. They top out at 64, whereas CF goes to much higher. The one reason I'd say smart media is my current favorite camera out there, the Olympus 3030, which is an incredible 3 megapixel camera, uses smart media. I think it's my favorite digital camera that I've tried out there. So that's one reason why I'd say, hey, choose it for the camera, not the media. But basically, I guess we're saying, don't use floppy because it's slow, low image resolution, unless you need some way to have a lot of pictures and take them with you, and you don't care about the quality. Memory stick, jury's still out. I think because it's a new format, I don't think we need another format. I'd say stay away from that. Go with compact flash or smart media. You agree?
Totally, 100%.
Okay? We put him to sleep. Well, we certainly answered that question. Patrick is going to chat now. And Jim Louderback's coming up. If we haven't done enough, he's going to take a look at new digital cameras. Now watch carefully, see what media they use to store those pictures when the Screensavers continues.
Karen from Silver Lake, Wisconsin. Patrick and Leah will be right back as the Screensavers continues.
It's your vision, your future, your business. Welcome to Blue for Business from American Express. It can help you run your business your way.
In my business, I buy online one day and offline the next.
With Blue, you get a break either way.
Walk-in traffic I've got. Web traffic I need.
We can help you build a website for your business or make the site you already have work harder. And Blue for Business has the smart chip.
I need to know where every single dollar is going.
Blue makes bookkeeping simple. Just punch up your account online.
So I download to Quicken and I'm done. How cool is that?
There's no annual fee. And with Blue, you can pay all at once or over time with a 3.9% introductory rate. It's your company. Run it your way. With Blue for Business. To apply, visit our website or call 1-800-BLUE-600.
I am Nakia. I am Linux.
I am Matt. I am Linux.
I am Linux.
I am Linux.
I am Linux.
I'm Patrick. I am Linux.
I am Carrie. I am Linux.
I am Andy, and I am Linux.
Macmillan USA, the place for Linux.
I am Amber. I am Linux.
Have you seen the beer? I had a whole six-pack in here. It was here yesterday. Now I'm getting really upset.
You know, the Screensavers.com is not only the best dang website out there, it's also a breakfast cereal. Do you think you know technology? Take this week's Super Geek Challenge and try to match the technology with the year it was developed. This is actually really fun. And I think you're going to be in for some surprises. Plus, you can win free Screensaver stuff. It is all at the Screensavers.com. Congratulations to Doug Campbell from Las Vegas, the winner of yesterday's Super Geek Quiz t-shirt or cap giveaway modeled by the fabulous Tux, the skateboarding penguin. Get that shot, Tux. Now we know how those shots were taken right down the street. Be sure to fill out the form after you've taken the quiz for your chance to win. Meanwhile, here's Jim Louderback with 2 digital cameras that are more than just digital cameras. They're really good digital cameras. On today's Fresh Gear.
So you've decided to get a digital camera. But what kind? High-end, low-end, in between? Well, here are 2 cameras from the opposite ends of the quality spectrum that are both solid choices. The Olympus C3030 Zoom is a high-end 3.3 megapixel camera, and it produces fantastic high-resolution photos and stores them to a 16 megabyte smart media card. Use one of the many manual features or simply point and shoot in fully automatic mode. With the C3030, you can create plenty of special effects, including sepia tones, black and white pictures, and more. This camera allows you to get extreme close-ups using the camera's 3x optical zoom lens and its excellent macro mode. With all these features, the C3030 is still a compact, lightweight camera.
Digital cameras are notorious pigs when it comes to battery life. They can suck through those AA's in no time flat. But this camera's actually lasted for 5 days without us changing the batteries. Why? Well, it comes with 2 disposable lithium-ion batteries. Now, these are $9 a piece, which is expensive when you want to replace them, but I can always just put AA's in here as well, but I don't want to spend all that money.
This Olympus reads and writes high-resolution images to memory faster than any camera we've seen. And it includes a handy USB connection for speedy downloads to your computer. The camera will also record QuickTime movies with audio, but there's no speaker on the camera, so you'll have to wait to hear the sound till you bring it down to your PC. This camera has it all, and we love those high-quality images. We give the Olympus C3030 Zoom, yes, 5 out of 5 stars. It costs $1,000, and it will be available this month.
Now, besides the high price, one other thing we don't like about this Olympus is the untethered lens cap. I would lose this thing in a day. Now, this is definitely a camera for the digital enthusiast who wants to spend a lot of money, but there are other cameras without that high price. Take a look at this one. This is the Easy Dual Cam from Ezonics. Now, at 640 by 480, it's only about 1/10 the resolution of the Olympus, but it also doubles as a net cam.
The Ezonics Easy Dual Cam comes bundled with a solid and extensive set of software. This makes it easy to compose video mail, mini movies, or even set up your own spy cam. As a still camera, you can store up to 20 photos in the highest resolution in the camera's internal memory. There is no removable media and no LCD screen to view photos, but the image quality did turn out a little better than we expected. Still, pictures were grainy, washed out, and out of focus. Since the images are so small, downloading them took no time at all with the USB connection. The manual was very helpful, and the controls were easy to figure out. We really like the easy-to-change quality settings. This is a versatile camera at a low, low price, and it even uses a 9-volt battery. If you're looking for a budget camera that will work with the web, this is a legitimate choice. We give the Ezonics Easy Dual Cam 3 out of 5 stars. It's $150, and it is available now.
That's that Olympus 3030 I like so much. You can catch a new fresh gear every weekend afternoon, 12:30 Eastern, here on ZDTV. All right, now let's get to an email we got the other day from Rob, who wanted to know, he said, I'm looking to add a hard drive to complement my 3.2 gig hard drive. 7,200 versus 5,400. Is speed more important than size? What should I get? The timeless question. Speed versus size. When the Screensavers continues.
This week on ZDTV, which sites will get the star treatment at the Oscars of the Internet? Find out Friday when Internet Tonight walks the red carpet at the Webby Awards. Is free DSL the way to go? See for yourself when we talk to the author of DSL for Dummies Wednesday on Call for Help. And we've all heard the horror stories. Now Thursday on Cybercrime, we see how one woman's online identity was stolen and how to protect yourself. That's what's happening on ZDTV and ZDTV.com. Amaze yourself.
And now, here's the UPS Merchant of the Week.
You're in big trouble, huh? You destroyed your girlfriend's favorite childhood book given to her by her great-grandmother.
Don't worry, there is an answer. At abebooks.com, you'll find over 18 million rare and used books, even the irreplaceables. So click now. They're the ultimate bookmark.
Log on to ZDTV.com and register your e-business today. Introducing ZDTV Stockpoint, the most comprehensive tool for making and managing your money. First, scan the market summary with up-to-the-minute performances of today's top stock indexes, like the all-new ZDTV Broadband Index, the only stock index tracking the hottest emerging sectors of the exploding internet economy. Combine this with market news, fund finders, and daily top stock performers, and you've got a total online investment destination. Just log on to ZDTV.com/moneymachine and click on ZDTV Stockpoint.
So Rob's upgrading his hard drive, wants to know if speed is more important than size. He's talking about 7,200 RPM versus 5,400 RPM. Well, we thought we'd just get the speed versus size guru, Martin Sargent. He's in the house.
What's up, troopers?
What's up? So you went out and bought a bunch of hard drives?
Yeah, I went out, all on the credit card.
A little plastic thing,
Yep,
corporate card,
yep.
Nothing like it. And what conclusion did you come to?
My conclusion is you don't have to compromise. You don't have to choose between size and speed because they're so cheap nowadays.
Right.
You can have the best of both worlds. Let me put this in a little bit of perspective.
Okay, good.
Hard drive capacity in the 80s increased by about 20 to 25% a year. In the 90s, 60%. By last year, 130% a year.
There's more than doubling.
More than doubling. Much faster than Moore's Law, in fact.
Right.
It's really one of the amazing things in the computing industry. And the price has gone down so much. In '88, it was about $11.50 a megabyte. This year, about 2 cents a megabyte. So there's no need to compromise.
Right.
Get the best.
When I, in 1991 or 1992, I was saying, along with a lot of other pundits, in the next 10 years, hard drives are going to go away.
Well,
we'll all be using solid-state memory. But what we never predicted and could never have known is that the hard drive industry would have been able to get so much improvement out of this technology.
But they're running into a wall, actually.
Are they?
They predict in about 5 years they're going to run into something called the supermagnetic effect. When the atoms, at the atom level, that's where you get your ones and zeros, your data, that's going to be corrupted by actual thermal energy, and the two are going to get confused, and you're going to get some flipping.
Good article.
Yeah, Scientific American, fantastic article.
This month,
Time
it's really
for the
good.
holistic memories.
Yeah, so yeah, it could go holographic. There's all these great suggestions in that article, actually, about where we might go with this technology.
But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you again, 10 years ago, we were saying the exact same thing, and I wonder,
they might
what's
overcome it.
They
I mean,
might
no
overcome
one
it.
thought a few years ago that we were going to have, 75 gigabyte drives, 90 gigabyte drives, 15 gigabytes per platter. That's outrageous.
Right. So let's talk about some stuff here. I'm sorry, you keep trying to say something, and Martin and I are in this conversation. Do you have
I'll
anything?
just hang along for the ride. Okay, two 40 gigabyte drives, right?
Yeah.
One 5400, one 7200 RPM. How much?
What kind of difference?
In terms of price, well, according to Price Watch, the 40 gig 7200 about $250. It lists for a lot more than that, but that's street price. That is so cheap. Again, that's your 2 cents a megabyte.
$500 for a 5 megabyte XL hard card in like 19.
That's right.
But the interesting thing is, if you go down to 5400, you're not going to save all that money. They're quoting about $220. So for $30 or more, like I'm saying, don't compromise. Go for that 7200. You're going to be happy that you did.
But how much difference does the higher rotational speed make?
Problem. When I was benchmarking these, I had problems with the 5400. I couldn't get adequate results. So I don't have a firm number yet, but I have done a lot of research. I can tell you that IBM has done these tests, and they quote about 15%. Western Digital, 15%.
Which is
not that much, but for $30, I'd take it. Western Digital says 33%. That is not supported by any of the other benchmarks I've seen. So I'm saying about 10 to 15% improvement.
Okay. You know where I see the biggest difference is in the difference between these two drives. This is a UDMA 33 drive using an old style IDE cable. This is the UDMA 66 using the new style cable.
That's the new spec. And this is one thing that I did benchmark. It was very, very interesting. You would think that it wouldn't make a difference because neither of these drives can have burst transfer rates of over 33, which is where UDMA stops. 30 was the highest with the 7200. So I figured it wouldn't matter, but it actually does. And there's a reason for that. With UDMA, you're going to get about 4.2 megabyte a second transfer rate for the disk win mark, which is like where the disk is actually jumping all over the place, like normal world use. With the UDMA 33, it's going to be less than that. Okay?
Yeah, I found in my own informal testing at home, I
not
doubled
much,
the speed.
less than a megabyte. Well, I did not find that in my testing. But and the reason for that is because of the error correction. Because when the data goes into the IDE, it's got to check to make sure that all that stuff was read. But because there's these 40 extra wires in there, which act as the ground, which give you better data reliability, you don't need to do so much error checking, so you actually make the whole process faster.
I think the biggest difference is these drives are a little fancier. They got bigger buffers, they're higher rotational speed, higher areal density.
Those are both keys. Buffer size is a major factor. You want nowadays to get at least a 2 megabyte buffer, hopefully with like SD RAM, very important. Not so much on the sequential reads, but there's these mathematical algorithms, and they try to guess what data you're going to pull up next. And if they guess it right, that's called a hit, and that really improves your performance. As for areal density, this is really the key.
Data you can get on a square inch.
Square inch, right. And areal densities are just going through the roof. And if you think about it, the more you can get in an inch, when this thing is spinning around and the reading head is looking at it, that's the more data that's going to get sucked up by the reading head at one time. So that actually does improve your speed, even though that's a capacity measurement.
Well, let's answer the question. What should he do? He's going to go out, he's going to buy a new hard drive. Should he worry about rotational speed? Should maybe he worry more about the interface?
Well, I don't even know if you can buy a UDMA 33 drive anymore. The standard is 66, so you don't have to worry about that. What he could do if he's got a UDMA 33 motherboard is upgrade it with one of these Promise technology cards, which makes effectively your system UDMA 66 compliant. That's a very cool
Important point. These newer 66 drives work on the old 33 interface.
Right, they will work. You're not going to get all the advantages that you would, like with the error correction and the improved speed. But they do work, and it's all backward compatible with UDMA 66.
What's the cost on the ATA 66 cards?
That's like lists for $59. You can find it a lot cheaper.
So that's to add the capability.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's worth spending $60 to get the capability.
Because like I said, I mean, you said that you got double, but according to my numbers, very marginal, pretty small.
Oh, I see a huge difference.
Yeah, that's interesting. There's probably other factors. Other factors involved in this. So just to answer the question finally, don't compromise at all. Go out there, buy your 7200 RPM, 27 gig or so. You're only going to spend about $150 for like a great IBM drive, and you're going to be happy. That's all types of breathing room going into the future, and you're going to want that. Because 3 years ago, we thought that a 2 gigabyte drive was going to get us into the future all we wanted, but not the case anymore.
Wrong.
Puny.
Thank you, Marty. I really appreciate it. Great stuff. A lot of information. Check the web for more details. Next, what do you want? You keep sending us emails. You keep sending us emails, hundreds and hundreds of emails.
You want us to answer the emails? You got a question you want an answer?
I'll tell you what. Hang on. We will answer 3,479 emails when the Screensavers continues.
You like them emails?
Yeah, how do you like that?
This is my face on ZDTV. Amaze yourself.
Welcome to ZDTV. Amaze yourself.
What do you think? At ZDTV, we're waiting to hear from you. Pick your favorite ZDTV show and talk back at ZDTV.com. Click on Interact.
Call for Help's Leo Laporte is helping you get the most out of your computer every day.
You've got questions, I got answers.
Could you tell me the essential difference between the Mac and a PC?
Oh, I need help. That's what we're here for. We solve your computer questions. Right here. Asking a question Leo can answer is always a good thing. Remember, if you've got a problem with your personal computer, don't whine, don't moan, don't yell. Just call for help.
Call for Help, weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific, only on ZDTV.
The Money Machine's investment challenge just got bigger.
That's right, and we're giving you $500,000.
Just register at ZDTV.com/moneymachine. Start your portfolio with $500,000 in virtual money, then invest it all online.
We've got the tips, tools, and research you'll need to win some great prizes by staying ahead of the competition.
The Money Machine's all-new investment challenge. Register now and show the guys on Wall Street how it's really done.
We're here at Harvard talking about ZDTV. How do you feel when you hold that cube?
Empowered.
What would you think about a television network that would be able to help you use your computer?
Oh, I think that's a great idea. In an interactive sense, I think that's a great idea.
You had a computer here and a television here and you could smash them together.
I like TV and I like computers, and the synergy would just be incredible.
A daily dose of the best from the net.
You know, there's a bunch of stuff on the show tonight, some websites, then there'll be some talking. Scott will yell at some point, some standard host gestures.
For example.
Internet Tonight, coming up next on ZDTV.
You want it, you got it. You like the emails, we'll answer the emails.
Caleb, I love this. Is there anywhere I can download a 3DFX graphics card off the internet?
Wow. The internet...
How do we explain that? No. It's hardware.
If you're looking for 3DFX drivers, go to 3dfx.com. To download the graphics card itself is something we haven't quite gotten there yet.
Something we didn't mention, we were talking about audio CDs versus the other CDs yesterday,
Right.
and I just didn't get around to mentioning it. Very important point, though. Kong says, aren't the CD audio blanks protected against second-generation copying? Absolutely. Yes. And that's the deal the record industry made with these manufacturers. Yeah. You can make one copy, but you can't copy the copy. That's to keep you from pirating it endlessly.
Oh, boy. Tim from Virginia Beach, how do I get a copy of TweakUI for Windows 98? WinMag.com for 95. Go to HotFiles.com. That's it for this edition of the Screensavers. I'm Patrick Norton.
There's
He's Leo
nothing in
Laporte.
there. Who took my lunch? We'll see you later. And thanks again to you for watching. Bye.
Now the latest from the ZDTV newsroom.
Hello, I'm Erica Hill in the ZDTV newsroom. Microsoft fights back, vowing to curb its own behavior if the court dismisses the proposed breakup. In 6 legal briefs filed in federal court, the software giant is asking the judge to drop its plan to split the company in 2. In return, Microsoft agrees to several options, ranging from hiding its web browser within Windows to letting PC makers alter the first screen a user sees. You can read more about that, and we'll have more coming up on tomorrow's edition of the ZDTV News. Meantime, Cisco Systems is on the move, launching a new plant in the Granite State. The company says it's buying 110 acres in New Hampshire. The manufacturing center will be used for testing, assembly, and distribution of next-generation optics-based routers and networking products. Be sure to stay tuned to ZDTV for more news right here in 1 hour.
Tonight on Internet Tonight, a site that'll help you out find out where your bills have been.